That's inconvenient. 138. Oh, hello. Okay, well, we can pass the time doing this here for a little while. Let's try... I got cork bulb arrows to use up. Okay, better put my reflective helmet on. Oh, there's a shade over there too, isn't there? That was from the night before, so guess we better get rid of that as well. I'll use silver darts on the shade. That's probably more... of a concern than the archer at the moment. So I'll see what I can do to... knock off at least one of these guys. I should have a helper, Susan or somebody. She's got a lot of missiles to use up. She would make short work of that shade. She's very interested in silencing me. I keep reflecting. I'm just going to keep reflecting on it. In fact, I'll put on Ring of Mage's Nuisance. And it's at close quarters, and so I guess I'll use some touch spells on it. Oh, maybe we'll just kill it with health here. A full 60. There we go. I don't expect it'll be around long at this rate. You know, I do have a ring or two of touch damage. What is it? I did keep one. Ring of... well, I could do... I think something like Lightning Storm, because I don't think there's any guards standing nearby. There we go. And now there's our archer. I lost my shade. Oh no, there he is. It's right there. I could pick up that very valuable potion. Okay, now I'll chase this lady around, who is highly damaged, apparently, from being reflected on herself. Okay, I think I'll just use a spell on her. Because trying to hit her when she's running around. Oh, I put my hands down. Nice going. I got her anyway. Okay, groovy. There, we can use up this restore stamina potion we just got. Plus, have I got any fish? No fish. Okay, well, we'll just rely on the ring and stuff and find out where this gal is. Here we are. I could finish her off quickly with a cruel ring, maybe. Cruel spark, cruel viper. How about cruel viper? There we go. All right. Oh, it was an actual bandit, not a lightweight. Now, speaking of, I just picked up a mug. Since I'm out here, if I have any fences, that would be terrific. So I got a fair bit of Dwemer junk. But no, we're just going to acquire more. Oh, no, we do have an actual fence here, which could probably buy some cogs. I picked up a lot of cogs somewhere. What is that, a long blade? That's a saber or something, eh? Okay, let me go and dump this stuff off and bring back my own long blade. I'm going to have to buy hammers before too long. All right. And what did she give me? Oh, actually, I am not in bad shape here for storage. Okay, that's great. So we got our boots, we got our doodad, we got this doodad, we got that doodad, we got this doodad. Oh, and I forgot to take off the demon longbow before, so we'll take that off. Oh, I also have a pilum to throw. There's a silver dagger. What kind of bow did she have? Or is that her bow? Did she have a demon longbow? Oh, I guess she might have had a demon bow. Wow. I hardly got any damage at all. Even from that good equipment. Okay, bunch of cogs. So we're going to have to go fortified strength on that. Good evening here. Good evening, skink. Okay, so far so good. We're 10 minutes into the stream and no crash. Now, I don't know what was going on last time. I'm somewhat suspicious. I'm getting more and more suspicious of Rain of Fire. But I went through a pretty big crash spell there on that last stream. And since then, I played offline and game settled down. And I played many, many hours. I had about 3 crashes, but none of them really unexpected. Master lockpick, yeah. None of them were really unusual crashes, but I played many, many hours without crashes too, so I'm hoping we are settled down here now. Okay, here's our vamp with glass greaves. And we were able to sell all the cogs, and so we're just about finished on our Dwemer stuff. I don't know if that was a long blade or not. It looks like, oh yeah, it was a katana. So we are going to continue selling to him on regular stuff that we've got built up here. So that's kind of nice. We can get rid of that. A little bit more. And let's see, maybe we'll take some from this box here. I'm sure that'll be more than enough to use up that fence's money. Whoopsies. And we'll put our dough down and return the hammer. And I'll put my sword down for the moment. And we'll dump off what we can. We've still got inventory that we have to get rid of, so I'll take advantage of whatever sellers I can. So in the meantime, I did several things. I took several courses. I went to Blood Moon. I got the stones all finished. So next thing I have to do is visit Course Windeye at the lake and get an additional quest from him. Oh god, another vamp or something. Then, oh, it's a dark and stormy night. My goodness. Then I did quite a bit of Illuminated Order, actually. What's he got left? Oh, he's got quite a bit left. Maybe I didn't bring enough stuff. So I went to Decius Mus and got figured out to where I had to go to find the notes, Anno van Do's notes, which was one of those doors in the. I'm gonna have to make another trip in the old Scar Inn. So I broke in there, and yeah, that's another long blade. Okay, repeat, rinse, all that stuff. And I got diseased. I'll just use up a potion. I've got lots of potions, even though I have that nice knife that I got from the horror mod, which has constant effect cure disease. Here's cure disease spoiled. I just want to use up stuff out of my inventory. But I was frustrated with all the crashes. Glad you missed the blood moon. Yes, I'm sure you are. So we had still about almost 1,000 gold there. You might as well take everything, except for the demon bow. That's going to be too expensive. So, I just said, to heck with it. I'm going to forego all the chameleon and everything, and I'm just going to break into every room I can see. I was so frustrated and mad, I just went for it. And I'm glad to say that the Go to Jail mod worked like a charm. It was just great. I broke into a room and took a book, and some lady was calling for the guards, and there was this warrior that was sleeping in the room next door, and he came over to check out what the commotion was about, and he said, I don't think you should be doing that. And he offered me the choice to go with him peacefully with a yes or no, and I assumed the yes was like a bribe to clear my name, or the no, I said I'm not going to go peaceably, so he shuttled me off to jail directly, and I went right into the Go to Jail cell and stayed there for 3 days to pay for my crime, and it worked just beautifully, so that was great to see. Okay, then after 7, you still got 13 there. Wow. Short swords. No, that's 13, 16. That's just about perfect. 29. Then what did I have to do? I had to go to the sewers of Molag Mar, where Decius is, and he had set up a trap for a buoyant armiger that was following him, and I kept wondering what that extra room was for. I forgot what it was for. There's an extra room down in the sewers of Molag Mar that Decius set up as a trap to lure that buoyant armiger. So I went in there, found the buoyant armiger, and got rid of him, and he gave me a nice dagger, but it's not that nice, so I'm just going to sell it, or I just sold it. But I don't think I have any picks or anything. Okay, well, here we go. So I did that. Then he sent me to what was the next one? At one point there was a pool of forgetfulness. I had to fill a vial from the pool of forgetfulness east of Ghost Gate. How much is that worth? 75. I should be able to sell those. I'll just fix them up a bit. Then I filled a vial of forgetfulness liquid out of that pool, and I had to go dump it into a pitcher that belonged to a buoyant armiger in Molag Mar, in the buoyant armiger headquarters there, so that he would forget everything about Decius Mus, because he was also on the trail of Decius Mus. So I did that, and that was easy enough to do. That was great. Then I had something else to do for Decius, I forget. But eventually I ended up I went to near Cedrith Mora. He sent me on to the next level up in the order. This is darts, that's darts, that's a pilum, that's darts, throwing knife, jink blade. The rest is all throwing stuff. Okay. I've got way too many missiles. So then we ended up going to this place, which I'm about to go to right now. Oh yeah, limeware. And found a lady there who's my next contact up in the, higher up in the chain in Illuminated Order. And this is like a sort of a submerged Dwemer boat construct under the water, which she's in charge of, but she also had some jobs for me to do. Now, what were her jobs? I do forget already. I'll try to remember them as I go along, but we're going to go there right away as soon as I clear out my inventory here. And of course she gave me a token which allows me to fast travel to her place, to teleport to her place, so that makes the job a lot easier there. What did she have me do? Plus, I did a lot of housekeeping in the meantime, of course. I went and collected a lot of creche. I went to cleared out a couple of places in Firewatch, a couple of houses in Firewatch. One belonging to Green Eyes and that. And I came up with a lot of loot, so I had to deal with all that. Plus, I was able to, the reason I got so many missiles, I was able to generate some steel ingots using iron ingots and charcoal. And so I'm practiced my smithing, got a lot of steel throwing stars here, something I have to get rid of. And like that. Went picked up my produce from the farmer mod, used that to practice my alchemy, and la-di-da-di-da, that kind of stuff. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Just got some extra liquor here. I'll put that on my guar. At some point we'll take a trip up to the Erengard mine and pop all this liquor in there for the miners. But I actually have quite a bit here, and I don't think the... I think they've still got quite a lot left there, so I don't think it'll all fit right now in their containers. That's why I'm not going to rush up there this moment. Okay, off we go. We're going to continue with Illuminated Order. I'm trying to get to that place that I'm pretty sure exists, where we can transfer our lowest attributes, you know, exchange it for our highest attribute. Oh, one other thing I did, I killed, in a very tough fight, I did Soaring Hardheart, and killed him in a tough fight. Got his nice armor and stuff, but it wasn't that nice. His greaves are really nice. But Soaring Hardheart, of course, was the problematic leader of the Fighters Guild in Vivek, and he wanted me to do away with members of the Thieves Guild, the leaders of the Thieves Guild chapters. I said, no, I'm going to kill you instead. So, got rid of him, and he gave me these nice greaves, which are restore stamina and restore health, 5 and 3 points respectively, constant effect. So that goes with my Ring of Lenador, which also is restore health, magicka, stamina, constant effect. So, which way did I go here? This way. So all is good. Spermatic greaves. Can you believe it? I'm not going there. And as you notice, I put a mature content warning on my stream now because of the horror mod and that. I figured maybe we better do that. And I also figured out how to allow links. They're skink, so if you had a link in the future, I should be able to allow it. I was looking in the wrong tabs before. If this isn't about assignment, make it quick. Okay, this isn't about an assignment. This is going to be complicated, I'm afraid. Remember, you brought a letter of false rumors to make the liar. You may recall that one of them involved an island that rose from the ocean depths. Well, that one was actually mostly true. It actually happened several decades ago and in a different location, and it sank beneath the waves again in short order. But now it has reappeared, and this leads to a most important investigation. Let me start with the past. Oh, and you were trying to link the horror mod before, as I was able to ascertain. Is that correct? Anyway, I found it. No problemo. And yes, I see it was sort of a collaborative effort there. Well, or it was started by K. How do you say his name? Galorian or something, and Galerion, and then continued on by what's his name? Not Mad Elf. How quickly I forget. I'm having real trouble retrieving names these days. Okay. But anyway, yeah, it sort of was a continuation, and Mental Elf, wasn't it? Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And I still wonder if Carl maybe had borrowed from it or something like that, because a lot of those elements are really common between the horror mod. A lot of elements are shared between horror mod and the underground, I find, in a sort of a subtle way. Hostility skink. Oh dear, my automod is banning your bitch. And there, I just said it. Yeah. Let me start with the past. Decades ago, an island surfaced from the ocean's depths. It was covered with structures that appeared Daedric, but the angles, the geometry of the place, was subtly wrong. There's no other word for it. The Order's founder, a man called Imaginos, went to investigate. He never returned. We grew worried and sought news of him by magical means. What we learned was that he had been to the island, recovered an engraved tablet, and set off to the nearby drift colony of Imboka. He died. We know that much, but not the specifics of it. The island submerged itself beneath the waves soon afterwards, and we thought we were done with it, which is why we assembled this information for Make. It was included, although we did lie about its location. The island is not actually north of Dagonfell, but of Kuhl and Urshulaku camp. I will mark both of it and the Dref colony of Imboka on your map. Oh yeah, that was one of the ones. I had to go to north of Dagonfell. There's a lighthouse there. I had to kill a were-rat. That was one of the things I had to do for this lady. Had a hard time finding it. Sort of northwest of that other guy lives in a sort of a Dwemer tower. I couldn't remember for the life of me where it was. I had to search around, found it eventually. Killed the were-rat, no big deal. Oh yes, by the way, this is no longer a permadeath. I officially died because she sent another one she sent me on. I remember now. I had to go and get anumidium plans from a specific Dwemer ruin. The one near Balfell. I went in there and was having a gale time dealing with the constructs in there and the Dwemer ghosts. No problem. But then there was this sort of master architect, the guy that I guess was responsible for maybe helping create the anumidium plans, and he was a guardian along with a couple of other specters. But he was highly reflective. Well, you know, this is what what happens, I get kind of cavalier about things and I start going into my inventory or barging into places where I shouldn't necessarily go without looking first. Well, this time I went into my inventory and I started flinging arrows at them. Yay, kill, shoot, good, got him. Next group of arrows I got happened to be some ebonite arrows of slaying. 5,000 points of damage, and he reflected it on me. So, hello, Danae. I joined your club. I killed myself with spells. I thoroughly died with 5,000 points of damage reflected back at me because I was too impatient to look at my inventory and look at what I was shooting. So, R.I.P. So, but we're going to continue on anyway because I'm far enough along with this character. I'm having a good time checking out many of the later sections of some of these mods that I'm doing, which I haven't had a chance to get into for quite a while. Serves me right. You got it. Hestatur. That's an interesting castle name. Alright. He did. We know that much, but not the specifics of it. The island submerged itself beneath the waves soon afterwards, and we thought we were done with it, which is why when we assembled this information for Make. Okay. So. Island is not usually north of Dagenfell, but of Kuhl and the Ursulaku camp. Okay, so gotta go north of Kuhl. Okay, the island we thought never to see again was resurfaced. We're dispatching you to investigate, seek the island and the structure upon it, learn from it what you can, but also seek out the face of Imaginos. Return to us with his remains, with the tablet he carried away from the island, and with it his journal. You will most likely find all three within the wreck of his ship, the Platonia, located just northwest of the island. If they are not there, however, you will need to scour the Dreft colony for them. Okay, lots of things to do. I got to go into that structure and learn from it what I can. Have I been to the island? I have not yet completed all my tasks. Okay. Let me go and do that now. We are off and away to Kuhl, which is probably best reached. You know what? I want to go to the Ursulaku camp. There's a small quest there I want to finish up and get it out of my quest journal. So I'm going to go to the Ursulaku camp first, and then... So somewhere up here is Imboka. Yes, okay. And the island. Wow! It's not far from the Loyal Judith, which is part of Arms of the Empire. That's great. So I'm going to go to Caldera and get my Propylon index to work, and I'm going to go to Valen Varion. Now, probably want to get a whole bunch of weapons for this. Permadeath is a silly idea sometimes. You begin to wonder why. I'm going to leave the hand axe, I think, because otherwise I'm going to be over encumbered. But I got a pretty good complement of everything else. I got money, for whatever reason. I think I've got lots of food still. I'm starting to run low on drinks, actually. Yeah, I just want to use up a few of those little food items in my inventory. So there we go. All right, off to Caldera we go. Do-do-do-do-do. This I can do anytime, otherwise I'd have to wait till morning for the Siltstrider caravaner to take me to Nisus or whatever, but I'll just go here right now, because this guy for the Master Index seems to be awake at all hours of the day and night. His bed is nearby anyways, I guess. Madness, madness. But, you know, it's like it's like doing a speed run or something like that. I guess I kind of consider this semi-speed runish because as you do it, you learn more and more each and every time. And actually, this ended a permadeath run sometime earlier because of Olahan when I didn't understand a message on one of the doors. There's a door you go to when you're on your way to the city of Kar, and it's something to the effect of you get what you dish out, and that includes death. So Olahan actually has a couple of sudden death scenarios there, and that was one of them, and that one caught me. And in an earlier playthrough, I got caught on the first insta-death, which is touching a statue there that was made of gold, and you instantly turn into gold from doing that. The other insta-death was going into that room with the message, and there's a bunch of skeletons in there, and what you have to do is just endure their attacks, because if you kill a skeleton, then you, of course, get what you dish out, which is death. So, bit of a spoiler there, sorry. I should have said spoiler ahead.
How are you?
Oh, no, you know what? Shoot. I need pearls. I need 3 pearls. I don't have any pearls. I'm going to go find pearls. Dang it. Valen Varion, right? I better just check. Make sure that Valen Varion, yeah. So you learn as you go, and then, you know, you start another playthrough and hopefully get a little further along next time along. And eventually you get better and better at it. So it does take quite a while. And also it's a matter of balance, too. And that's one of the things this amalgamation is working towards, a lot of balancing. And is this a... That's an MCA. Okay. I'm kind of considering leaving it alone because I don't want any more loot. So I'm going to go invisible and I'm going to try and run away. Whoops, other way. And it doesn't gain me anything to fight that orc right now, so I'm just going to take off to the Great White North. So yeah, there's a lot of balance involved in the amalgamation, which I'm working toward and trying to make it so that you know, you'll probably have to give it a few goes to get really good at it, but to the point where it's not like, you know, mud crab, mud crab, mud crab, mud crab. Oh crap, that thing, boom, dead. You know, so there's sort of kind of a logical progression to the way you make your way through the game, as long as you know, keep your wits about you. Oh, here we are into the noise. Okay, I'm gonna kill the effects because that noise is a little bit aggravating. All right. So what I'm looking for here is, oh, maybe I should look for pearls on the way over, huh? I'm looking for a person from Breathholding, the Breathholding mod, who will offer to help me increase my breathing capability if I do them a little favor and bring them some pearls. Now, I'm a water nymph, so breath holding doesn't interest me, but I'm just interested in getting it off my quest list, as I say. Okay, we have here a scorpion. And, excuse me, I think I'll bring up my fiend spear for that. Bah. Giant scorpion. Okay. So I think she wanted about 3 pearls. She or he wanted 3 pearls. So I'm going to see if I can find some. I just restored my speed because my speed was down a bit. Do. And we'll brighten up the landscape a bit here with some night eye. And maybe I'll throw on some swift swim too. And hopefully I don't run into... Oh, I'm low on swift swim. I have to put more into my inventory. That's barnacles. Pearls. Here's some collops. So I can breathe water permanently. I don't have to worry about this so much, but I just want to get it gone. Oh, here we are. It's a drave, which is why I brought this thing. And some slaughterfish. Okay, well, maybe we'll start with the fish. I'll just use my happy dagger here. Bang. Bang. Whoop. Bang. Absorb health. Where'd the drave go? It's nice when you're high enough level that things like these don't bother you so much in the water anymore. That's how I die. That's how I've died quite often in permadeath, actually. In early stages of a playthrough is at the hands of drafts underwater. Oh, heck, I'll grab some of this stupid... kelp bladder, because it's useful for junk potions, making burden potions. And I did make a lot of vegetable starch recently in my crafting, so that goes with kelp bladder. Okay, have I got 3 pearls yet? I've got to increase the chances of finding pearls here, especially with say an advanced gathering skill, which comes with advanced herbalism, where your skill goes up as you pick more until you can pick just about anything. And I feel the collops should be perhaps part of that, or something similar. Because see, I'm not gathering any useful. My luck is really high, my herbalism skills are really high, and yet my chances of gathering pearls are very low. Even with Abbott's ingredient gathering, I have notice I have to switch my tool to a short blade in order to pry open the pearls. But even with Abbott's gathering of ingredients that are left along the beach. Are we hitting this thing or not? No, for some reason it's too close or something. Oh, there's a marlin ahead. But with his, we get an advancement according to your luck. If your luck is good, you pick more stuff. This is a nice blade because it's got light on it. So times like this when I'm underwater. Oof. Oh, I got the draft accidentally with the short blade. Oh well. That's pretty good gaggle of things there. We got a giraffe and 4 slaughterfish. Where'd that fish go? And of course, because of all the missiles I'm carrying around, I'm very encumbered again. Come on, where are you? You're bugging me. Maybe it's a different fish I hit by accident or something. Okay, whatever. I'm still looking for pearls. We've got to get more night eye on. How many pearls do I have? Oh, I got 3. I think that's good. Let's hope that's enough. Let's see if we can find this person. They're on the shore here somewhere by Urshulaku, I think. Still want night eye. Doo-doo-dee-doo. Well, I've had an adventure in real life too over the last couple of days. It's been so cold here. I was kind of worried. My pipes were starting to freeze up a bit. Now that could be them there. I hope that's them. So that's a pretty unnerving feeling. You go to run your water and nothing comes out. Oh, what's going on here? I think we're finally going to be out of the woods come Tuesday or so, but we had a really good run of winter here the last couple of weeks. We had wind chills in Alberta at times down to minus 55 in some places. A little further up north down here, wind chills. You see, here's one of Abbott's things, sand coin. Wind chill into the minus 40s. Okay, Nellis Venro. So this should be what I'm looking for. Let's look at our book here. What did it say? Where was it? Pearl Diver. Ha! Nellis Venro, an Ashlander at the Urshulaku camp, offered to help me improve my breath holding if I find her 3 pearls. Indeed, I was absolutely right about that. Perfect. Let me take these from you, and now your lesson. In fact, it's nothing difficult. The trick is to take bigger and longer breaths so you can force your body to slow down its need for air. See? Easy. Yay. Okay, so hopefully that got rid of my entry there. That's getting to be a very cluttered looking quest list. Look at this. Those are all my quests that are currently active, and that's after having cleared quite a few of them in the last couple of days. Danae, hello, hi. Oh no, you're going to relapse in Sweden for weather. Oh my gosh. I'm never ceases to amaze me how it could be so nice, you know, all through January. It was really nice here. Oh, there's another one. Let's do the water walking thing. Let's practice our water walk. Oh yes, I must increase the duration of this spell. My alteration is slowly climbing. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. Haven't had any crashes yet today. I was very crashy the last time I streamed, so we're good. So right now we're going through Illuminated Order because I was just explaining that I think that there is a section, if I can recall correctly, where I can get a switch of my attributes, my lowest to my highest. So I've got excess luck, but I've got no willpower, and I can't join like the Mages Guild and a couple of other cults because my willpower is so low. Okay, here's the Dwemer area, or Dwemer, the Daedric Ruin. So that's my main quest. Before I go back into like the horror mod or anything, I thought I would try this. And it would be really nice because I can't buy any damage spells. I have no damage attribute spells on me, and these are what I feel I'm going to need for things like Mad Bull and White Wolf of Loken Mountain and a couple of other tough fights. I could have used it on Soaring Hardheart, in fact. Couldn't damage his weapon, couldn't damage his strength or anything, and he was clobbering me pretty good. But I did prevail. I did my old thing with I blinded him and then damaged his agility and put Sanctuary on me. Then I was able to club him into submission. What am I looking for? Night Eye and what else? I guess that's it. Night Eye, and then we'll go invisible and see what we got in here. This is the Angular Shrine. Okay, this is interesting. I don't remember any of this. I'm almost playing this blind because it's been so long since I've advanced in this quest. Ooh, what do we got there? Something sacrificed on the altar that looks kind of gross. Never leave home without willpower. Oh, these bizarre flying creatures. Right. These wards were created at great effort. Do nothing to weaken them, lest you face those who should remain outside. Imaginos. Ooh, okay. Guess we better leave them alone. In the building on the island, there stands a strange portal of some kind, with bizarre flying creatures sealed behind the walls of force. A scribbled note by Imaginos claims that he is established the wards and that under no circumstances should anyone attempt to breach them. The building was otherwise deserted, but not, I feel, unwatched. Okay, well, I guess we'll leave the bizarre creatures alone, even though they're going to punch me. Okay, what was I just talking about in Olahan, right? Can I get through to someplace or not? That one, I don't think I should take it off, should I? I can't remember. Can I teleport anywhere? We're just getting bizarre creatures. I don't seem to see a teleport option. Okay, what if I go up above? Good effort of the name. Effort? Did I nail it or not? Okay. Still with the bizarre creatures. I want it. I want it. Nope. I can't do anything here. I'm afraid to pick that up. I just don't know what's going to happen if I do. Maybe that's what I have to do. But let's go out here and see what else is around before I come to a dead end in my decision. Alright. That's part 1. Part 2 is the island over here. Put on my faster shoes. Well, I don't relish doing this part in the dark. Is that about right? Should be about over here. Islands rising and falling all over the place around here. What's going on? Yeah, Illuminated Order is a pretty fun thing. Wait, what? But now I'm a little confused. Okay, let me just check. I think I have to go back the other direction, don't I? Let's check over the ridge here, but yeah, no, there's nothing here that I can see. Okay, I guess we'll go back. Maybe I have to go in the other direction. Oh wait, what's this? No, just more rocks, I think. It's pretty linear. There's, you know, one quest after the other kind of a thing. But you get to rise up in the ranks and... Drinil Ancestral Tomb. Okay, well that's something. But I don't think that's related to what we're doing. Or is it? Let's just take a peek and see. Again with... Yes, I had to go make some more night eye too as part of my housekeeping. I had to go get mushrooms from Caldera underneath the governor's hall there. So I did that and made a bunch of night eye, and boy do I need it times like this. And again with a swift swim maybe. Although I'm running low on that. There's a tomb. Well, well. Now who would build a tomb underwater? Dare I ask? I'm not touching that urn, no siree. Disturb the dead. That just about got me killed a few times. Daddy Dagoth is here. Hello. How's Mummy Dagoth? Oh, this place is not small. Oh, that was, speaking of Dagoth, that was another quest that I had to do. I had to go get a Dagoth dagger for that lady for Illuminated Order. And so I had to go and raid the Monster Lab in Telvanni area of Vivek. Chest. Nothing. Also, so far I haven't found too much of interest here. Okay. Somebody do explain to me why there is a watery flint and tinder kit and amuloslofa. Why there is a watery tomb. Is this part of the island which has sunken? Maybe I am in the right place. Mummy's playing Factorio. again. A new name for me. Video recording of your old high school diaries and notebooks. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. What a great project. No, that is absolutely an excellent idea. And we should all be probably doing something like that as sort of an insurance policy against disaster. But yeah, I got some old recordings of my mother. She was doing a lot of what do you call those, Bethel studies for her church group, and recorded them onto cassette tape. So it's one of my projects. One of these days, 20 years later, I still have a desire to document all of that in digital form, get it into digital format, and distribute it among everybody who wants it, and back it all up in case, indeed, in case of like a major disaster, come in and burn it all or something like that. It's a good record to have of her earlier activities. Well, not much to this place. Not even any fish in here, which suits me just fine. But no, I'm not. I should go into the urns probably. I'm guessing that's what this game is telling me, is you're supposed to search through all the urns for something useful, but that disturb the dead thing really freaked me out when it damaged my maximum health. And it's only through the thanks of Nenorian Stone, which I got in the horror mod, that my maximum health is back up more or less normal where it should be. 300 points for the level that I'm at, which is level 54 now. I did level up recently. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just go straight back this way and explore a little bit more to the north. See if there's anything past that Daedric looking place. Can't I just fix it in a temple? Not maximum. I don't think so. Maximum health? Like your maximum number of hit health points? No. That's the one. See, the other stuff, like the grave curses you're talking about, which damage your speed or anything like that. Yes, you can go to the temple and get a potion to recover. And also, if you disturb an urn that brings out a lich when you're going to sleep, then you can have your aura cleared as well. And you can do that at the temple, but maximum health points, no, I don't think so. Let's try this direction here. Ah, Imboka. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Now, is there an entrance? Okay, again with the swift swim, and boy, why didn't I bring some more with me? I knew I was going in the water. Dum-dum. Last one. Wow. My night eye didn't take. What? Didn't my night eye take? Didn't I take night eye? Maybe I absorbed it. I don't know. No, I hit light now. There we go. Okay, so back to our good old friends here. Where are you? Which there, down there. Whoa! Look at them all. Wreck my backpack and stuff. Oh, this is a ray. Okay, for that we need a spear. Or, no, it's a shovel-headed. What do you call those sharks? Shovel-nose shark. A giant guitar fish. I never cease to be thoroughly impressed by the water life models. Which of course come courtesy of the hands of other modders. Who is it? Lady E, or I can't remember. Helpers along the way who've created these animations, which are really great. These fish, my favorite animations in my current build, I think, are the water life fish. I'm going to take off my backpack so it doesn't get too damaged here. Yeah, it's Draft City. Eh. And remember, now as part of my new restrictions, I'm not able to drink potions underwater. And there's a door. Yay. Okay. Your turn. Now, is this one of those things that's going to be... Holy cow, look at all the stuff we have to fight through, A, and B, look at all the kelp down there. No, I was going to say, is this one of those things where the place becomes dry the moment you open the door? But no, it's not. We are definitely underwater, and we are definitely under assault. Wow. Wowzy wow wow. Fortunately, I have spermatic greaves and the ring of Lanador, so I should be okay for health. Fortify strength. Let's use some of that. See if we can't get our way through here and spread them out. Wow, look at this party. It's party time. Oh, this is like Scar. It's got doors all over the place. Oh, I vaguely remember this now. I think I've played through Illuminated Order only once before. So I'm taxing my memory when I go through places like this. Oops, okay. Oh, I just drank a potion. I wasn't allowed to do that. So we have to use enchantments instead. now we're in the dark. Now imagine if I did not have constant effect water breathing on me. Then things might be a little dicier. I may have to surface and do some repairs. Well, no reason I can't do repairs underwater. Let's see. No, I don't need to, actually. We're not too bad a shape. I'm getting there, but... Let's put this back on. Warlord's Dwelling. Oh, nice. There's that fateful noise. Roar. Do I get to talk to him or not? I don't know, but let's save the game in case of crash. We don't want to go through all that again. Or is he just going to pull out his arms and go whackety whack? Come on. He's not doing anything so far. Make it so we can see a little easier in here. Skull of Imaginos. That's what we want. Will of Dagon. Dref Warlord Shield. Wow. This place is full of stuff. Why is he not attacking? Will he attack if I pick up stuff? No doubt. Maybe I have to get sneaky. Sneaky underwater. Okay, well, let's do that. Now, one of the things I found... Oh, hang on, hang on. We have action, Jackson. Okay, now I am hurting a bit. And I don't have the benefit of potions, so... missing shirt time. He hits hard. So missing shirt is one of the enchantments I recently made. Sanctuary, 67 points for 45 seconds. Plus I've got the Robe of Magnus, which also has Sanctuary on it. 15 points, constant effect. Plus I'm going to put on my other helmet so that my shield effect has some impact on him. Okay, and I got to make sure I got my Ring of Lenador on and my Spermatic Greaves to keep my health healing. Constant effect. Okay, ready, set, go. There we go, missing shirt. So now I'll do some shielding. Belt of Khan. Armor of God. I think we're in good shape. Also, I can't use any elemental damage on it because they won't work underwater. Targeted things. Okay, so one more thing. Let's do some more barrier with my rings. Return my Ring of Lenador and start whacking. Ha ha! Woo! Got it. Alright. Now let's get all this paraphernalia here, which looks like it's very important to this quest. Robe. Helm. go away. I update my journal. And I'll read underwater. Within the chamber of the warlord in Boca, I recovered the skull of Imaginos. Oh, good. Pearls. This will work well for my sewing. Crafting. Where I'm making extravagant clothing, and for that I deem that I need gems. Will of Dagon. Water breathing, constant effect. Swift swim, constant effect. Draft Warlord Cuirass. Fortify endurance and strength, 10 points, constant effect. I will take that. I will use that. No, yes, I will use that right now because... Oh my gosh, that's great stuff. Fortify block. I'm pretty good at blocking already. The helm. Fortify blunt. Fortify willpower. Haha. There you go. But the cuirass is good because all I'm using is a Templar Knight cuirass at the moment. And it's medium armor, but that's alright. The fact that it boosts my strength at this point in time is very useful. Because of all the stuff I am about to, no doubt, accrue. Oops, even at that I have to go with the mighty blows. Alright, let's save this and we'll check out the other doors. Doo-doo-doo. A dwelling. Barack. 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 Mommy and Daddy are now deceased. That's very sad. I hate going... No, I don't, because I'm evil, but I don't like just going around killing creatures when they're at home. You're in the middle of watching TV or something. They were watching Baywatch. Did I see a stairwell of some kind? Of course. Well, I do have a ring of Night Eye. Let's put that on at least. Helps a little. Nope, I thought there might have been another level in this place, but I guess that's all. Alright, nothing too much of interest in here. That I can see. Okay, and a couple more over here. It's probably more of the same. Why am I still encumbered? What's going on? Now, if this was my kitty, Purr, the kitty, he would have a great deal of difficulty. Oh, by the way, I got on another drive, I got another build started for Lua mods. I may check those out at some point. I did get Ashfall working, and I've got a couple of other things too. Skill trap detection and stuff installed, so I'm having fun with that, and I'm trying to get to the point, Danae, where I can get to some of your nice gameplay stuff, like if your kitty has an aversion to water or something, and they get a bit of a hit against their attributes or skills or something. So I'm working toward that. How many of these are there? Oh my god. Well, yeah, so far I'm liking it. I like of course, that build is a lot less balanced than what I've got here. This has been a work in progress for so many years. I got a lot of things changed, like, you know, the way Sri Candy's alchemy is built into it and how that all works, and not to mention all the crafting that goes along with Morrowind crafting and stuff. But yes, I'm excited to take a look at things like how Ashfall handles environmental conditions, which is pretty elegant. I really like how it detects the different kinds of weathers and affects you accordingly. I haven't gotten into cooking yet. I do get some strange error messages when I go to load it. Still, it's got some funny things going on behind the scenes, which I don't really understand. Having trouble finding some scripts or something. I don't think I'm finding any other loot in here or anything, so this is not very exciting. It's just a matter of whacking creatures here, so. But as everyone may know, I am a bit of a completionist, so I'm going to finish this off and just make sure and make thorough check that I got all the possibilities covered here. Empty it out of kelp bladder, if nothing else. I don't expect I'll be back in here shortly, so I'm going to just dispose of these. I like to sometimes leave the corpses lying around so things don't respawn. That's back out, isn't it, in Boca? Well, this so far has got to be the most involved quest. Like she said, it was complex. It's the most involved quest out of Illuminated Order so far. Just, if nothing else, owing to the size of this habitation. And let me tell you, if you didn't have constant effect water breathing, you would be carrying a truckload of potions or enchantments. Blue Oyster Shrine. Couldn't have, unless you can't drink potions underwater, then I don't know what you'd do. You'd have to have a constant effect enchantment of some kind. That's all there is to it. And I did find one. I did find some boots with constant effect water breathing. Plus, of course, we just picked up that staff, which would have been a big help here for... Maybe that's why when you find corpses, drowned corpses all over the place, and they all have water breathing potions on them, maybe that's why they never use them, because they can't drink potions underwater. Who knows? Soapstone tablet. Oh, that looks like something I needed. In the Shrine of the Blue Oyster, a monstrously sized mollusk that seemed to be revered by the Dref. I found the tablet I'd been seeking. Ooh, boy. That's great. So we might be on our way to finishing this place. Well, if nothing else, I'm sure I have Dref wax. And kelp bladder. I think we're done with Imboka. That only leaves this business of what's the heck is over there with the bizarre flying creatures. Which I really am reluctant to do anything with. So I don't want to die now after having done all this stuff. Oh, we also have a shipwreck here. Okay, well, let's go up and drink some Night Eye, shall we? Okay. And a fortify strength. Hello, Orca. He's pretty Orca. Can't see. Here's a chest. Ooh, nice alchemy equipment in it by the looks of it. Worn chest. Lots of gems, which I don't really need. A lot of money. Wow, that's a lot of gold there. Pilo. Over 3,000 gold, I think. Which, of course, serves to weigh me down even more because now I got over 5,000 gold. I'm going to have to put some down. Well, no, I'm underwater. But part of my role play is I can't wander around with large amounts of money or it's liable to get stolen. Oh, we can't go under there. That's as far as we can go. That, okay. Alright, well, I'm going to go back to that shrine and investigate it a little bit more. See if there's something else. Can't be done with it. Fortify. Study. I got a lot of these. I just made a whole bunch of these potions, so it's be a good idea to cut down on them. I can walk around with an entire pawnbroker store. Yeah. Pretty much. I will get it all sorted out after we get back to dry land and into my headquarters. Some of it will keep and some of it will sell and like that. Nobody there. Okay. Just gonna use my amulet. A couple of stores. Okay, you guys, come on. It's not that bad, is it? Yeah, if you saw my house, I guess you would probably be right to be wondering about me. Okay. Do I dare? Yes or no? Am I going to pick up this corpse? Let me read that note again. What was it called? Warning note? Oh, I can't read during battle. Gosh. Do, 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 do. Well, as I say, one of my big problems is all these missiles that I'm carrying around. And oh, I went through Vorkonax. I forgot to mention that. I went through Vorkonax, and that was good for using up some of my excess arrow equipment. So we'll have to go pay a visit down out there and take a look at the wonderful attire that's for sale. Once you get to the end of the... You don't have to fight everything, but I like to just clear it out again. Knowing me. So you have to go through all these corridors with skeletons in their coffins. And every time you touch a skeleton, it pops up and attacks you. So there was, I don't know, how many, 40 or something? And they each had equipment on them, of course, which needed to be sold off. But I was able to just stand back from them, and they were running in place in the coffins, and so I was able to just pepper them with missiles, but I've still got lots of missiles here. These wards were erected at great effort. Do nothing to weaken them, lest you face those who should remain outside. Imagine this. IOOTI. Illuminated Order of the something. Lest you should face those who should remain outside. So what that means is you're going to probably bring forth something from Oblivion or something like that. I'm a hoarder in real life. Here goes. Nothing happened. No, I think that's just meant to keep them out. These bizarre flying creatures are definitely our wards of some kind, and I think I'll leave it like that. I'm going to be wimpy. I already picked up one corpse, so I don't think I'm going to push fate in case something really strange happens, like we get hordes of Daedra showing up all over the countryside or something. Sorry, not very exciting. Just a hoarder. You know what I didn't, though? I didn't check my journal to make sure I had everything. I think I do, but please tell me I do. What would this be under? I'm slowly getting to where everything is getting to be grouped together under certain names, like you'll see here, for example, Goldington for Scourge of the Lich Father. I've prefaced all the entries with Goldington there. Twin Lamps. That's going to come. So much like what they did in the vanilla with the various guilds, like the Thieves Guild. They're all prefaced with the same name, so they kind of line up in that. But FKOA, 5 Keys of Azura. Makes it a lot easier to find stuff. Okay, Illuminated Order I saw here. Is this it? A skull, a book, a tablet, and an island. Uh-oh. I don't know if I think I might be missing a book. Unless that warning note is it, I'll see. Okay, let's get fixed up and then we'll head back to the boss and see what she says. Okay, what do we got here? Kelp bladders for sure. I think I'm up to the Imperial Dragon for the Legion. So, I'm not going to be doing any Legion stuff right away in the near future. Where's all my kelp bladder here? So I think I will leave the Legion uniform behind. And instead wear this nice medium cuirass, which has that fortify strength on it. Okay, Dref Flex for strength. Daedra skin. Okay, now we have some miscellaneous. Okay, I'll put my telekinesis helmet on and then so yeah, I won't need to wear a uniform for the Legion for a little while yet, I feel. Okay, that one's more or less empty. We can put away that. Orc and boots we don't need. Gems we're not keeping anymore because I've got enough up at the enchanter if I want to have some good ones. Otherwise, I've got Azura's Star, which is pretty much all you really need for anything good. Commemorative plate. Oh, that's interesting. I'll sell that to Tralassa. This is Grandmaster stuff. I wonder how much Nalcaria has. Maybe I'll hang on to that. Okay, so my Crass. Where can I fit that? It's getting kind of tight for storage in here. Maybe I'll have to take it down. You know what? Let's see here. What else do I want to keep? For immediate use, this staff. Water breathing. That's a blunt one-handed. Chop 10 to 30. Water breathing, constant effects. Swift swim 30. But it only weighs 8. Okay, let's compare that with the Shatter Mace that I've got, which is Disintegrate Weapon, Absorb Stamina, and 2 to 20, and it weighs 12. Well now, I kind of like this one that I just got. 10 to 30 slash 10 to 30. Condition 900. I think that's going to take the place of the Shatter Mace. Fabulous. Okay, we'll keep that. The Warlord Shield. Fortify block, 20 points on self. Is that better than my Shadow Shield? Because my Shadow Shield is pretty darn good. It's got a condition of 2,000. It weighs only 5. Armor rating 64. Ooh, but look at the armor rating here. 156. But the condition is a lot less, and it does weigh more. I think owing to the fact condition is less, I'm afraid I'm going to sell that. This is a staff, blunt two-handed. Fortify blunt weapon, 15 on self. Obviously not as useful to me as this thing, which has 140 points of feather. Alright, so we'll sell that off. Okay, and that's all storing hard art stuff in here that I'm going to sell off because I don't need it. Okay, what did I say? This Draft Warlord Staff and the Dwemer Shatter Mace. I'll sell to the Enchanter, and I'm going to put my other tools away for the moment so that I'm lighter. These are things I'll all take with me to the horror mod when I go back there. So that's why I'm bunching it all together. Okay, now let's put this uniform away. I've got other Templar pieces down below in my other house. Back into the rain. Wet, wet, wet. Everywhere I go. Underwater, above water. Ah, how can I still be so encumbered? I can't get over it. Okay, that goes with my other... See, I've just got pretty much got a full set here except for the helm of Templar stuff. And I have some other interesting things over here that I found earlier on in the game. I'll have to go through those at some point. I've got, like, for example, the Mask of Clavicus Vial, adamantium stuff, which... Okay, so horror mod. Guess what? I went through... I didn't do any more since the last time I streamed. But before the last time I streamed, I was saying that I went through the manor, got a couple of those specters, and a couple of items like the book describing the lost child and the painter. So I'm going to go back with the Khopesh sword to get the last specter, because the specters are, again, very reflective, and I almost died using my really good sword that had absorb health on it. I almost killed myself again with spells. So next time I go back in there, I'll take my Khopesh, and of course I guess you have only so many visits to that manor, and then you're done, because you have these shrink potions, a limited number of them. I've got 2 left, so I guess I got 2 visits to that manor, and that's it left in my possibilities. So I better be very judicious about how I go in there and what I do. This is all Grandmaster stuff. Yeah, I'll sell it to Nalkari. I suppose I can always use an extra set of that stuff somewhere. Okay, from Advanced Herbalism we get seeds. So I've got all these kelp seeds. Mr. Colossi. Hello, hello. So also, I went into the locked house, and I went through there, and I was clever and thorough, and I looked around, and I didn't die when I got into the room with all the doors. And I found the right door to come out. So I... patting myself on the back about that one. But yeah, there's this room with like about 20 doors on it, in it. And if you choose the wrong one, it's certain death. Oh, I'm going to sell those 2. But I chose the right one, and I got out, and so now I've got the teleport ring. So now I can go to the old cave or directly to the Lost City anytime I want. So that's yeehaw! Makes the game widescreen. Boy, gosh. I don't know. How far can you get with the code patch? What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Boom. Oh, that's chitin, and I'll sell that off. Oh, I got all this money. That's one of the things that's weighing me down. I forgot. I got over 5,000 gold here. And I'm running around like I don't have it, and I'm about to get robbed if I am not careful. Not really, but pretend. There, that'll help. Alright, so where are we at now? So now I've got the skull, and I've got that warning note, and I've got the tablet of some kind, wherever it is. This is barkfish. I'll cook that. So that just leaves pretty much Couple of items here. This is the helm, which is Fortify Blunt, Fortify Willpower. Constant effect. You know what? I think I'll put that down below in my tickle trunk down there. I might keep that helm. It looks kind of useful, but not right now. Right now, these ones are far too good for me. My Mask of the Frostworm Lord and Alex's helmet, which I got from Sandstra. I got one torch I don't really need. Oh, won't fit. MGE does that. There you go, Danae the expert. Yeah, I don't know what was happening with the ashfall before. I tried applying it to my grand install of, you know, like a carryover what I've got installed here with the amalgamated build. And but every time I put a check mark on ashfall in the load mod list, the game exited immediately. And maybe could it be related to those errors that I was seeing, perhaps, with it not finding certain scripts and things. I'm not sure. It's got a little clothing here, and then I'll do a session of restore attributes, because I'm sure some of them are damaged. And then I will check in with the boss.
Let's set aside our rivalries and talk, shall we?
Oh, these are expensive. Expensive shirt, expensive ring. Okay, so here we are in the Balmora Clothier. A lot of items here, as you can see, a lot of them are not set up to work with the Balmora Clothier. I'm just putting things in here to see what sells and what doesn't, and then I'll come up with a list of things to add to the sales engine as time goes on. I'll try and get more and more. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. Ah, the clothier shop. She loves it. Boy, I'm going to go up to Dagenfell at some point. We'll go and check out the clothier up there. And also, Balmora Expanded has a nice place here. Maybe we can go ahead and check that. Oh, I got 2 Spathas too. Okay, let's see. So restore health, I can use a potion. Again, potions to use up. I want to use some of these up. But anything pretty much over 100 natural level, you have to use a spell in order to restore it to its proper level. And I don't know what can be done about that, if that's something that's modifiable or not. I don't know. Strength superb. Yeah, let's just use strength superb on that. Intelligence, restore intelligence. Quality, some of these look like they don't need restoring, but we'll just go through the list anyway and just make sure, because I cannot use an altar. For those of you watching and wondering why I haven't gone to a shrine to restore my attributes, it's very difficult because having this wound burn, I have 50 points of spell absorption, so quite often the altars don't work for me. Willpower, restore willpower, superb. Yep, we'll give that one. And agility. Okay, now for the speed, as I say, we'll have to. It looks like it's up to the top already, but I still don't understand why I look so encumbered. Endurance. Personality. And luck has to be with a spell. For some reason my luck is down. Why would my luck be affected? Alright, that's where we're at. So I guess between my... Maybe I didn't have my shirt on. Did I take my shirt off at some point? Is that armor? No, that's a shirt. Maybe that's why I'm so encumbered. Maybe I forgot to put my shirt on. But between that, the cuirass, and here are my shoes of striding. There, that looks better. Now I should be able to fly around here pretty good. Alright. Let's get rid of these spathas and then head out. Yeah, so Venemora's shop. Remind me, we'll have to go to check that out. That's so beautiful. Recall. All right. Well, I gotta say, the game is behaving a lot better today. Servant to the Sea. Barataria. Please tell me I have everything. I don't really want to go back there. Have you been to the island? Have you returned to us the remains of Imaginos and his possessions? I have. Let's try that. Don't muck about, Fetcher. You don't have all you were sent to retrieve.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
Dang. Okay, well. Such is the way. Okay, swift swim. How's our night eye? I think I'll put in just a titch more. Okay, I guess I better go back with a spear and a blade. What else do I need? Unfortunately, I think the thing I'm missing is a book, so... I can't use a detect enchantment or anything to find that. I think that's it. Okay. Away we go back again. Ah! Now, maybe I should go to a different stronghold, though. Isn't, like... Phallus Marion, Vale and Varion. Where's... Are Are you telling me I haven't been to one of the strongholds? There's Fallon Serrano or something is up here, isn't it? I think it might be Fallon Serrano. Let me try. Oh, sun's coming up. All right, actually, let's advance the time a little bit, and then we'll go look at that clothier shop. Because the stores are just about ready to open. It is now 6:27. Yep. Won't take much. I'll just make a few bottles, and that will pass the time. And the store should be open. Oh, did they all fit in there? Yay, good. Okay. Good. All in one box now. And bottles for use. I use bottles for bottling wine to take up to the Erengard mine. They're good for making juice, good for making dye. I need bottles for holding dye when I make dye. Oh, is that a merchant or just a cart? It's just a cart. Yeah, so you need bottles for one thing or another. Okay. I don't know why don't I bring some money and then I can buy some stuff? We'll have some fun with clothing. I don't normally do that. That's your job, Danae. But what the heck, you know? Okay, I'll take about that much gold, which I can carry, and I'm going to go invisible so I don't get that gold stolen. Indeed. I can't believe that dress you came up with last time, that one that looks like Cinderella's dress. Wow. That was a wow one. That is definitely a compliment. You are the master of clothing. There's some nice ones in Mournhold Expanded too. One or two nice places for clothing. Not I keep calling her Venamora. It's Vonalira. Vonalira's Metal Queen Boutique. I don't have any music in here, but there is some when you go to the place up in Dagenfell. There's lots of well, here you have a nice mix of races portrayed in a portrait on the wall. Display mannequins with white. Behind there we have some kind of a Dungeons and Dragons theme in the pictures. We have lots of stuff up here. This is Rin, and normally she's placed in Claudius's shop, but I moved her. And if you want to change your wigs, your hairstyle and stuff, this is who you see. So, oh, for some reason I've got no icons on all of these things. I'll have to go back and revisit that and see why. So, but you can get different hairstyles and faces and stuff from Rin. She's got a nice little mirror and a little place you can sit, and she does you up nicely. Here's Lee Aaron. Pretty thing there. I love this one. This is nice salmon colored gown. Pretty. Some kind of a mermaid or something there. Pretty. What you got, Vonalira? Let's see. What are we going to buy? I forget. She's also a good source of cloth. Not that I need it now, but early in the game. Where's that peach gown? Is that Valkyrie's blessing robe? Let's take a look at that. See if we can get it on without crashing the game or something. Another nice gown. What's this? Winter's warmth robe. Or these are wigs as well. Oh, she also has wigs. Twilight's pendulum robe. Okay, let's try that one. Let's try a couple here just for fun. Okay, let's take off Crass, Greaves maybe, and my skirt. Shirt. See what that looks like. I'll save in case I do crash things. Oh, these were, they had enchant, no, not. Oh, select a race. What am I? Water Nymph, I think, is probably closest to Wood Elf. I wonder why that. I should take off my robe too. I think that already came off. Okay. Oh, and my backpack. Oh, she looks kind of ugly. Of course, this helmet doesn't help matters. Ah. That's the worst looking face ever.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
Okay. That's that. That's okay. If you want to be a zebra, I guess that's pretty nice. Puke. Oh, yes. There's my... Oh, yeah. So, okay. Where are my glass slippers? Where's the nearest ball? Better without a helm. Better without her face showing, right? There we go. I got chameleon on me too. Partial see-through. Fun. There you go. I got a couple of dresses for when the King's Ball arrives. Oh, okay. All the way back we go. Shame I can't keep wearing them, but I need all these Enchantments. The feather from Right Ass Deeds. Strength from my shirt and my cuirass, and the invisibility and whatnot from my helms. They're all. And the high command shows. How do you say that, Danae? Shows. Shows. CHAUSAUSS. Shows. Shows, yep. Okay. All right. And I'll put those somewhere. Deal with them later. I'll make a nice little closet somewhere with some nice stuff in it. Okay, am I ready to go? Ready to rock? I think I am. I got my speed. I got endurance and strength. Got my weapons. I got potions. I've got a little bit of money if I need it for anything. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, that's maps. So we got the skull. Where's the tablet? Oh, did I put something down? I wonder. Please tell me I didn't lose something that I need. A tablet. Tablet and a book. By the way, I got some of the sacraments too for a horror mod. I found the cow. I found the ram coin or the sheep coin, whatever it is. I got flour. What does a tablet look like? Maybe I do have everything I need, but I just didn't recognize it and I put it away. What did I put away here? I had no, doesn't look like it was that thing. Slime, slowed soap, skyrender venom, scrib shells. Tektite. Look at all the ingredients that are in my game. My goodness. Turtle meat. Yeah, turtle meat I don't have. Don't know where to get turtle meat from yet. Is that in the manor? Oh, or did I get turtle? I might have turtle meat. Was that in the manor? Oh, is it this thing? This plate? That's definitely shock. That's definitely chitin. Bleeding lotion, brown spider. Might be the plate. Shock carapace again. Ectoplasm. Wasn't any of the armaments, was it? It wasn't the staff or anything. Shield? No, that's all Dref stuff. Alright, well, let's see if it was the plate. No to what? No, the turtle meat is not in the manor? I forget whether I've got it yet or not. I have to go down to the sewers yet. I haven't been to the sewers. So there might be stuff down there. Nope. Dang nabbit. Turtle meat is elsewhere. Okay. Everything is in buildings. Okie dokie. Okay, well, darn. I'm going to put this aside, though, just in the off chance that it means something. So we got the skull. Got the plate. And I got the warning note. And I don't know if I'm going to have to destroy that erection or what. Oh, okay, thanks. That's a good hint. Okay. What did I say? Fallon Serrano? Take a look at my map once I'm up here. I guess I could try some resist magic at some point to see if I can ward off any of the effects of these boots, but I haven't done so yet. But I'm expecting that the boots are just too powerfully enchanted to remove the blindness. The sealed twisted house with the Hell Baron. Trying to remember if I've seen that yet. We got any dragon today? No dragon today? No dragon today.
Please, feel free. Talk at your leisure. You honor me. Do you wish to do business?
Okay, so this was Valen Varion and Phallus Marion. Okay. Lormarin is west of Belmora. Mirandus up by Nisus. Phallus and Indurania is on the east coast. Mirandus is, pardon me, is over past Arkhangtance. Barandus is up by Nisus. Andusreth is east of Narmok. Rotharan's south of Dagonfell. Telicero is east of Saran. So I guess it's Fallon Serrano. One of these places has a Wing of Twilight in it, or some harpies or something. Is that this place? Nope, this one's pretty free and clear of everything. What happens when I go outside? I'm going to save again. That would be the big question. Brandis is it by Nisus. Ah! Come on, there's 3 of them up here. It's Phallus Marion, Valen Varion, and there's another one here. With the 6th house. This should be... This is more... Oh, Phallus Serrano. No, I know where this is. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is over where there's a glass mine here. Indoranian's down here somewhere, I think. It's not marked on the map ever. Ah, shoot. I really think I have to go back. I don't want to have to fly entirely over the entire Red Mountain to get there. Or whatever I would have to do. That would be like going across most of Vardenfell on foot. So I think we're better off just doing this again. I thought there was 3 up there. Guess not. Well, what's the one with the 6th house? Oh, invisible. Boy, if I had that lightning mod installed, I would have been struck by lightning so many times by now. See, I can't even join the Imperial cult because my willpower is so low. Of course, everything has been modified so that your requirements for joining the guilds is now much higher.
My interest. You honor me.
As part of gameplay in this build,
business.
but... Okay, one more time. I'm... really... Hormarin Mirandus, Phallus Marion, Valen Varion. It's got to be one of those 2 that's closest. Indorania, Barandus, Arendus Reth, Rotharan, Phallus Serrano, Telecero. I thought there was one more. Okay. Well, I think it's Phallus Marion that's involved with the 6th house mostly, isn't it? Anyway, let's go to Valen Varion again. What's the one with the entrance in the Red Mountain area? The Ash... Red Mountain... Yeah, inside the ghost fence. There's... Phallus Marion, Telecero. Yeah, Telecero is, of course, 6th house. But there's the one where you go for the... what, like the chalice and I can't remember all. In one of the quests in the main quest line. And is that where you go to find Dagoth Gary? No, Dagoth Gary's is the 6th house base out by Narmok. That's one of the ones I hate because it's so convoluted and oh, it's flying over me. Racer. Well, at least it's daylight. That'll help. Kogarun, thank you. That's what I'm trying to think of. So that's not reachable by the Master Propylon Index, I gather. I would have had a very sleepless night tonight trying to think of that name, lying in bed, tossing and turning. What was the name of that place? Okay, so obviously the master index does not work for that. Oh, really? Great House Dagoth has that. Okay. And I do have Great House Dagoth installed. Although I haven't really tested it all that much. I did a lot of work on it. And I would like to get to the point where I could test that considerably. I don't even have any Fortify Speed potions. Okay, does that mean like I took all the drefts out? That means they're all going to respawn on me? It's finicky. Yes, it used to be finicky at best. And that's why I did a lot of work on it. But I have to test all my work and see if my editing was successful or not. It's very involved. It's a very hard one to modify. Everything's so interrelated. All the scripts and stuff are so interrelated. Okay, so here we are back at this place. So the only other thing I can think of is to get rid of those bizarre flying creatures and see what happens, but like I say, I'm pretty nervous about doing that. But let's go in here again. Do Mboka. See if I missed anything. Now, where was the entrance? Get right over the entrance. Whoops, went a little far. And then I will hit those potions and see if we can't scuttle through here very quickly. Alright. Okay, this is better. We've got our strength. The pacifying script tends to crash the game. Oh, okay. I'll try and keep an eye out for that, if I can remember to look at that. Okay, so let's see. We got Night Eye. I really don't want to use my boots. A blinding speed under here. I think I'm just going to have to settle for Swift Swim. No, they didn't respawn. Thank goodness for that. Okay, what's in here? Nothing. It's probably down with the warlord's place or in the shrine somewhere, but I leave no stone unturned here at the moment because you never know. Oh, this is a different dwelling. It's next to the warlord's place, not part of it. But I don't see anything important in here. I'm going to leave those people alone. I use the word people loosely. Does that mean this is also? Yes. No, I don't want barnacles. I don't see anything. No, maybe I shouldn't leave those people alone because remember, I'm being thorough, right? Oh, wait, look at all this stuff. Colony, 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 colony. Well, that's an interesting looking map. Go away. Mr. and Mrs. Cloth tentacle thingy, whatever dingy. Luama makes it so that any 6th house or ash creature is pacified as long as you have the corpus disease. Ah. Well, there you go. Lua to the rescue. Oh, there's another... No, that's the entrance. Another one of those sharks. Angel shark this time. I think I've got these already. Oh, heck no. I do not. So what do these things eat? Are they eating kelp or what? I certainly have enough of it. Oh, come on, what? pretty much the same. That bubbling sound would be how long my breath... Oh, look at all the call-ups. Nice. How long my breath would be held if I didn't have natural water breathing. Which is a pretty good long time. That goes up according to your athletics and your water breathing... No, water breathing. Breath holding skill, which is the thing that I went to improve when we first came out in this area, and I found that person that needed the pearls. Alright, so into here again, the shrine, second time. Oh, the blue oyster. Giant pearl of the blue oyster. Maybe I needed that. Yeah, I gotta go up again. If this gets too frustrating, I may pop into the construction set and just see what it is I'm missing, but I'd like to give this a bit of a go here first on my own. Oh, wait. Shrine? What's this? Another dwelling. Good Lord. Okay, well, what else am I missing then? If this is the shrine, that's the outdoor. More call-ups. Another dwelling. So far, these are pretty normal drafts. They are not enhanced ones from whatever mod that is that makes them super more tough. I got the Warlord already. So I'm going to go back in there and double check that I didn't miss something in the Warlord's residence. Ah, crap, I lost my light already. think I should check my equipment too while we're at it. Could be worse. Okay, so I got the pearl, I got some commemorative plate, I got the skull, I got the warning note. What am I missing? I had a heck of a time finding that Dagoth dagger, so it might be my observation skills, but yeah, when I had to find the Dagoth dagger in the monster lab, I used to detect enchantment and I still had trouble. It was sort of tucked away behind the kneeling pad there. So you never know, there might be something in here still that's tucked away somewhere. Doo-dee-doo. Nothing there. No, I think I got everything from in here. That leaves me with two options. Number one, to go back and see if it was the pearl that I was missing. Or number two, to take away some bizarre flying creatures, because I think I've gone through all the places in here. One more time into the shrine. Nothing, 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 nothing. Got the pearl. Okay. Oops. Stuck. Shrine. Warlord. Dwelling, dwelling, dwelling. Dwelling, dwelling. Outdoors. Dwelling, 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 dwelling. Dwelling. Okay. Fortune favors the brave. I'm gonna try one. You don't know what to believe, you know. Sometimes they say, don't touch this, and it's the thing you're supposed to touch. And sometimes they say, don't touch this, and you do touch it, and you die. So, heaven help me. Okay. Can't reach it even. Okay, I did it. Now what? I'm stuck. There. Nothing happens. Okay, what happens? If I go outside, is there going to be something? Did a door open? Is there a button on the wall? Again, I couldn't find the dang button to get out of the locked room in the horror mod. That place is so tricky. Well, that's all I can say is I guess maybe it was the pearl. I hope I didn't lose an artifact of some kind. Because that's all I can see. I've got the plate, the skull, the note, and the pearl, and beyond that, I'm at a loss. Still have problems finding it. Oh, good. It's not just me then. All right, moment of truth. What are we missing? Whoop. Got it right. Pearl. Okay, I'm gonna go into the construction set. Maddening thing is, I think I did this the first time through properly, but cheat. Okay, what was the topic? Important investigation. All right. Order soapstone tablet. That's the thing I think I'm missing. Oh gosh, no. I don't have an idea. Order soapstone tablet. Maybe I'm missing all of them. Just about. Miscellaneous item. It says soapstone tablet. Well, I did. I picked... Oh, that's the ectoplasm I picked up. But I looked at it and I thought, no, it's just ectoplasm. It says soapstone tablet on it. Let me look again at it. Did I put it in here? Ectoplasm. Soapstone tablet. Oh my gosh. I did. I thought it was ectoplasm. I put it away. Okay, so I got that. I got the skull. All right. Back again. Okay, soapstone tablet and order Polonia, whatever that is. Book. Plutonia. Waterlogged book. That I do not have. Order log chest is where it is. And that chest is in the shipwreck. Of the Plutonia. Okay, what did I miss? And she said that there might be something in a shipwreck, but I went and I checked a shipwreck. All right, well, let's go back and check a shipwreck. Thank you, Danae. We'll see you. Bye-bye. All right, so I did have the tablet, but it looked like ectoplasm. I'll put these in there too, just for the heck of it. Okay, back to the shipwreck. Sure is nice to be able to look stuff up. Yep. Cheat. Well, but it's just confusing because I feel like I'm being pretty thorough and. All right, let's go back. And yet, Because there wasn't a hatch. And there wasn't anything else in the chest. In the ship's cabin. Maybe there's another hatch somewhere. Okay. Save it up. Whew.
Welcome. You honor me. Do you wish to do business?
Where was it? Valen Varion? Hello, work.
Give up.
Ooh, there's a giant that saw me. Oh, okay, I'm going to go invisible again. Hopefully I can escape it. I don't think it would be too much damage, but again, I don't want to. I have to follow through on my hoarding and go and collect his loot, and he has a big heavy club. I don't want to carry that around. Alright. A little further. Oh, there's some call-ups down there. I'll grab those for sewing. I think I'm going to go faster this time. Well, no. Never make up my mind about things, but I want to go faster, but I guess I really should practice this alteration some more. Imagine I'm ready to go up pretty quick in alteration. Level up. Okay, probably we're getting close to crash territory in terms of memory usage or whatever, so I guess I'm going to keep an eye on saving it. Boy, oh boy, this has been pretty good. We've been going a good long while on this stream and no upsets yet. Oh shoot, am I doing my thing again? Hang on. No, that's right. Colors look kind of weird on the stream, but oh well. That's because I'm in OBS, not in... Or at least now I am. I was in... Yeah, I can save and restart. I think I'm probably going to wrap up the stream before too long anyway, so maybe I'll just keep going until I come to a logical stopping point. Okay, where was our boat? Oh, went miles too far. Okay. This is the Plutonia, right? That's the Plutonia. All right. Now. Tell me what I did wrong. There was 2 chests that I saw already. And if my eyes deceived me, I guess that's what happened, but there's no other entrance into this boat. There's nothing around. Oh, what's this? No. Nothing around the outside. Back into the cabin I go. What did I miss? Well, I missed this bucket for one thing. Worn chest, nothing in it. Chest, nothing in it. Woo, I hope there wasn't a... Oh, look at... No? Is that something there? I hope there wasn't a substitution or something made along the way and we have a conflict. Because I do not see anything else. Wait a minute. Waterlogged chest with a book in it. A little floating chest. Oh, I did miss it. I don't know, it just goes on and on. I'm not gonna bother. And we even get lots of water breathing potions if we needed them. Oh my gosh, look at that right there. Didn't have my eyes open. Okay. I think we got it. In the wreckage of the Plutonia, I discovered the logbook I've been searching for. It indicates that Imaginos was indeed headed towards Imboka. Alright. Now, I didn't see a way of taking it, though. Did it end up in my inventory anyway? Waterlog book. Yeah, baby. Excellent. Alright. Mystery solved. Silly moi. I'm normally so thorough when I go around looking in cells, but I must be losing my touch. Remarkable job you've done. Yeah. Well, not that good. Coffee break. I need a coffee. Remarkable job you've done checking the construction set for where all the items are that you needed. As a result of your actions, we will be able to use the Skull of Imaginos to summon him back within our midst. That alone would be a tremendous accomplishment, but more, we will confer with him regarding the wards he set on the island's portal. We will respect his wishes and not interfere with them, and will further set a watch upon them to ensure that no one else does either. We suspect that in the past, the island will resubmerge within a relatively short span of time. Okay, well, I sort of thwarted that plan, didn't I? But the tablet will be passed along as well. We do have someone in the order who is very adept with languages, so there's some hope of eventually translating it. In the meantime, allow me to grant you a very deserved promotion within our ranks, and to tell you that your efforts have not gone unwatched. You're being transferred on again, but this time you'll be working with the head of our order, Selrak Otaval. Yay! Selrak has been the head of the Illuminated Order for a few decades now. He's under a kill-on-sight decree from the temple and House Indoril, so he rarely ventures outside of Fionavar. To receive your orders from him, you'll need to go there. Fionavar is, well, something you have to see for yourself. Getting there is a little tricky, though. You'll have to travel to the settlement of Kuhl. Look for Miron Gerer in his shack there. He's one of us. To identify yourself to him, say, "Much is lost, but much abides," and he'll arrange things from there. You've done well, Blup, for yourself and for the Order. We'll be expecting a great deal more of you from here on out, so don't start disappointing now. Go get your hide to Fionavar, keeper of unseemly wisdom. Okay, so Miron Gerer in Kuhl.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
Much is lost, but much abides. Alright, to get to Kuhl. I can either go to Phallus or up from Nisus. And it's early enough in the day. I think maybe up from Nisus might be the way to go. Alright, so let's take our buckets off, whatever else. These things I think are just saleable for loot money. And then I got more pearls. More wax. More kelp. Tooth of a shark. Meteor slime. Maybe I'll keep my... Shall I keep my weapons or not? $600, that should be enough to get to Nisus. I'll take my two most useful things there.
Hi.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Oh, he can go to... He goes directly to cool. Darn it. Biddy bye. Let me get to Fiona Bar first if I can. Bathhouse. Miron Guerrer. Hello, Miron. How are you? I'm pretty high up in the order. Much is lost, but much abides. Indeed, Blurp, and though we are not now that strength which in olden days moved heaven and earth, that which we are, we are. I take it you wish to find Fiona Var. I do indeed. I do. But I shall send you on your way to lost Fiona Var. When you wish to return from that place, seek the Argonian Eats Crow. Eats Crow. This is where I want to be. After being given the code phrase from the Order, Miron Guerrer and his Shacking Cool transported me to the hidden fortress of Fiona Var, the base of operations in the Illuminated Order of Invisible in Vardenfell. Here is Eats Crow. All right. Now. Outer halls. I have to find my way around in here. It's been a while. Outer halls again. I think maybe I have to go to the outer halls.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
Here's the big cheese. Greetings, Sir Blup. I'm Saurak Otevel, the head of the Illuminated Order of the Invisibles. I called you here to Fionavar to work with me because we've got more information that relates to a subject you and I are both very interested in. Becoming a lich. When you're up for it, I'll tell you about your new objective. After much effort, we have located the lich Drin. He is to be found in the depths of the Eris ancestral tomb on an island due west of Tel Branora. Tel Branora. His lair is protected by some sort of fear spell. Take this ward stone. It should allow you to entrance past his wards. Your objective is to confront Drin in his lair for the purpose of learning what you can from him about you becoming a lich. If you need anything to prepare for your mission, seek out your fellow members of the Order here in Fionavar. The Three Sisters in the West Wing can provide you with supplies, and I'm certain the rest of our number here will be willing to offer training in any skills you might find useful. Each crow will return you to Kuo when you are ready, but be warned, Blup. Drin is ancient and powerful. Should you have to engage him in combat, you'll find him to be an extremely powerful opponent. Daedra Speed. As much as I come to feel you're reliable, please understand that I will not needlessly give you the identities of those members of the Order you have not encountered. It's not a question of trust, but one of simple security precautions. That said, were you interested in one of the ones you've met? Decius Mus, Thovin Demnavani, Romana Corvus, Eats Crow, Odran, Three Sisters, or Mirangerer? I haven't met the Three Sisters yet. Esme, Cordelia, and Fiora joined our numbers some years ago. I was off on a fact-finding mission, you might say, when I found them trapped beneath a temple in Somerset Isle, holding off thousands of infant undead. Oh, they were off on a offshoot of the horror mod, were they? They were all merry creatures using an ability I can only describe as a word wall. Their skill in defying probability makes them uniquely useful for a number of Order operations, but they are more than they earn their keep, ensuring that Fionavar is well stocked in field supplies. Fascinated by books, those three. All right. Okay, there are the sisters. Let me continue on a bit. Could this be what I'm looking for? Oh boy, this is so exciting if this is what I'm looking for. Crystal Array. The anti-divination crystal array of Fionavar pulses with an energy unlike any you've ever encountered. Emotions pour from its surface, and the sense of ethereal presences washing about it is physically palpable, as though the glow and mists themselves were alive. Something about it compels you, draws you nearer to it. You feel a swelling, dangerous desire to touch it, almost as if to communicate. I shall put my hand on the surface. Ooh, I hope this is it. Before you can touch the crystal's face, a force pulls you violently forward, pressing the whole of your hand flush against the crystals and drawing your body forward with some great unnatural wind. You attempt to free your hand as a strange wind begins to howl in your ears, but it's no use. As the moaning air threatens to deafen you from behind, you feel your memories slipping away, your identity being stripped like a cheap costume, and then something more, something other. You suddenly feel enormous, but lighter than air, larger than anything, out of nowhere, and everything else of the void. Ideas and emotions trickle in, at first like a tiny stream, and then like a torrent, flooding the universe with concepts of life, death, yes, no, self and not self, until all ideas seem like one enormous eternal thought. And though extremes of joy and terrible depths of despondency, you feel as though you are being evaluated. Your weaknesses and strengths, your features and pasts. You feel as though you, or perhaps the universe itself, will explode, though there is no perceived danger in it. The stress of the event is almost transcendental, and just as suddenly as it began, it is over and you find yourself back in the tiny, weighted existence of your physical body. Yet through it all you feel absolved somehow, newer or somehow more, as though your weaknesses had been assessed and compensated for on some cosmic scale. Rather than question the experience, you turn and leave. Your lowest attribute has increased by 10 points as a result of communicating with the ethereal void. Oh yes! Oh yes! Okay, well, it looks as though that's the ward stone. It looks as though my luck is left intact. Is it? Or is it? Yeah, I think my luck is left intact. I thought it transferred from high to low, but it looks like it just increases the low. So that's very nice. So that is what I was after. And now let's go and check out. Let's see if we get lucky enough. Speaking of luck. Okay, so to get back here, do I need to always see Eats Crow or Miron, whatever his name is, or Jabberwocky? Paradigm shifts and whatever's. Well, I'm presuming for the time being I need to go back to cool. I don't think I got any upgrade to the teleporter, no. So I guess I have to go back to cool. Season's greeting, Blup. That's what it looks like. Season's greetings. We've been awaiting your arrival. This one bears the name of Eats Crow. I am a simple caretaker here in the fortress of Funavar. If you have questions of this one, please ask. If you wish to return to cool, this one can grant that desire. Okay, well, I hope I can get back to Funavar here. Yes, I wish to return to cool. This one is glad to serve. This one suggests you close your eyes as the transportation is often disorienting. Woo! Here I am. Here I am. Am I here?
Impressive. These clothes suit you well.
Uh-oh. Oh. Do you wish to go back to Fionavar? Not at this time. Okay. Great. I can get back to Fionavar from here. And I can get the cool from Fionavar, so that's good. Alright, let's not lose this. Save, save, save. And now... Please tell me... What? You can't be serious. Level 50 willpower is not enough to join the Mages Guild. And I mean, I've got skills in so many things that... Oh, that's crazy. I'll have to look at that again. I think 50 is... I'm going to spank myself. 50 is the absolute maximum threshold that I think should be allowed for any joining any guild. Regardless. That's crazy. It's got to be willpower because I've got excellent alchemy, excellent destruction, excellent mysticism. Excellent restoration, for whatever that's worth. I'm pretty good on illusion alteration, not bad. Conjuration's the only thing that I'm not. Yeah, well, that doesn't make sense that it's above 50 if that's what the problem is. Oh, yes. I do have a nice little short blade for you. But actually, speaking of conjuration, let's do our thing. Looks like he has a short blade. So I'm guessing that Olahan makes all the Imperials want to tackle me now. So I've had several fights with Imperials randomly lately, so I'm guessing, as I say, that's where it arises from. I'm sure my conjuration must be ready to go up before too long. Bound Dagger. But if not, there's always enchanting. Oh, I found another combo move. Poke, poke, slash with a short blade. Yeah, just a ring.
Run away!
Hit marker. there's another guy I beat up earlier, I
Hello
guess.
there.
Stay out of trouble and you'll have none.
I see I stand in good company.
Well, I'm
Jay,
What
listening,
can I do?
So go
I
ahead.
enjoy the company.
Okay, well, at least I'm in the cult, but I'm going to check my settings and see what's going on
Well
as
met.
far as the
If I can be of any
Mages Guild, because that's pretty silly. Okay, well, yes, I think at that point, I'm going to get some sleep, and we'll think about, I don't know, now that my willpower's up, and now that I might make adjustments to my settings before continuing on next time. I think we'll stop here. And I'll see what I need to do to get instated into the Mages Guild, because I'm pretty sure I feel I deserve to be there by now after going through the whole Illuminated Order up to this point, just to get to that crystal array and get that willpower up. I feel I deserve it. And also, before I continue on in the horror mod, I think I want to have that kind of ability to cast like damage spells if I need to. Whatever, just as a backup tool in my toolkit to help me through the tough times. Alright, come have a bed, sleep some in the bed, and probably I'll need to get some water. Yep, thirsty. How are we doing on the food? Still got watermelon, potatoes, corn, bananas, and an apple. Rannis doesn't like me. Yeah, I think the requirements are going to be pretty standard all across the board, unfortunately. But nobody likes Rannis. We have to slap Rannis upside the head. Get a little cooperation from the characters over there. Okay, so that's where we're going to stop for today. Thanks, guys, for joining me and helping me through the Illuminated Order. And I am offline. I'm going to check and see if there's an adjustment needs to be made, because I really, at level 54, and with the skills that I've got and all the other attributes being as good as they are, come on, really? I got to be able to join the Mages Guild soon. Okay. Take care, everybody. Keep warm. Keep safe. Keep your distance. All that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. And look at that. No crashes. Bye-bye.